While Steve continues on as a mentor, we wonder, how much can someone still commit to community service while trying to start a career? Sacrifices, of course, must be made, but can you still find yourself happy to dip your feet in different ponds at the same time? Well, let's meet a talented student who's also from California to find out how he's managed to achieve a balance, but keep it fun at the same time. Michael Aranda is one of the youngest and most active Tzu Chi volunteers from the University of California in San Diego. He came upon Tzu Chi when he was just a freshman in 2008.
My first experience with Tzu Chi was actually in San Francisco. I was just visiting a friend, and her mom is one of the main members in the San Jose branch.
That weekend, we had a Tzu Chi event up in the north.
Her mom had asked me if I would like to come out and volunteer with them on a Saturday. I figured since I'm staying with them and they're providing me hospitality in terms of food and housing, I would, the least I could do was help them out with a volunteering event.
At first, I was a little worried about the other Boys. I just don't want them to overwhelm him at first, but they didn't really do that because homeless distribution is pretty straightforward.
A lot of the Tzu Chi members were very friendly, but the big thing for me was I think they recognize a lot of the people there, and they don't treat people who they're helping as if they're victims. They treat them with respect.
The Tzu Chi volunteer's sincerity touched Michael. He decided to join the collegiate group Tzu Ching.
When I first joined Tzu Ching at UCSD, it was a pretty small officer cabinet and an even smaller member body. It was predominantly Chinese, and the Taiwanese Buddhist aspect of the club was pretty heavily emphasized. Also, right away you can tell that there's a language barrier. A lot of the Suyus and Subos expect you to be able to understand Mandarin. Like, they just right away, when they see you at an event, they assume that you speak Chinese. And so a lot of people's, including my own, their initial impression is that the club is pretty exclusive. But it's pretty easy to see after you attend a few events that, that's not what they're about. They just take volunteering very seriously. So I stuck around with it, and I liked what I saw.
Getting more involved, Michael soon became an officer and later even the president.
One of the things that I really focused on in my presidency was just the officers making a conscious decision to make members who come out to our events feel welcome.
He's a really positive person, so when he's around new people, they get that positive energy with him.
So for instance, at Everybody Reads, which is our tutoring event, I'll make an announcement and say, okay, whose first time is it? Someone gets introduced, and then I ask, okay, so do you know what we're gonna do? Just even starting that simple discussion sort of helps them feel more engaged, more welcomed, and also kind of helps them participate more in the event. Throughout my 4 years of being involved with the chapter and being involved with the organization, I've seen a lot of growth in terms of what we've been able to accomplish, as well as the member body and officer cabinets.
In 2012, Michael graduated from UC San Diego, but a new challenge arose.
So after graduation, I was a little bit concerned about being able to continue doing my work with the UCSD Tzu Ching chapter. For a computer science major, the obvious choice is to go to Silicon Valley in San Francisco. And also, if I did manage to stay in San Diego, would I have time to keep being as active? There were a lot of discussions during my years in Tzu Ching where they would say, it's okay to focus on your job for a little while after graduation and come back to Tzu Chi later. And I agreed with that for a while, but once I graduated, I realized I really would miss the chapter if I didn't keep participating in it. So when I finally got my job in San Diego, the thing that I realized I needed to do in order to stay active with the UCSD Tzu Ching chapter was to manage my time better, because I really love the chapter. It gave a lot to me in terms of experiences.
I feel that my friendship with Michael has really grew strong over the course of the years because of Tzu Ching.
So after graduation, I found time to continue attending the regular events at UCSD Tzu Ching.
Hey, what's up? Hey! How are you?
One of my post-graduation contributions that I felt was important to me was being able to contribute things that are in line with my major. So one of the things that is the UCSD Tzu Ching Wikipedia, which is basically a documentation tool for the chapter. For the future, I hope that I can continue to stay with Tzu Chi, learn more from it, take a lot of lessons away from just volunteering with others and continuing to listen to Sugu, Subos, and Master.